What's up, everybody? Elon here, and welcome back to Strange and Alone. Let's go to sleep. Alright, now, in between episodes, I have went back to the Nether one time to set up another portal in the fortress and see where it took me. It just popped me out in a cave. One day I'll come out and dig up and see where we go. But also, I have created a little potion brewing area. Now, trying to find a spot to dig, like right there. Everything just went out to water. Horrible spots for putting this. So I dug here and ended up, hey, look, a chest. Ah, cool. The fishing, AFK fisher. Add more chest. It's rather empty. I just emptied it a little bit ago. But here's our potion brewing area. These are all awkward potions waiting. Little nether wart farm. Some fire for atmosphere. And yes, I don't use cauldrons. I just use infinite water sources. Cauldrons are stupid for potion brewing. I mean, if you use it, it's just for looks. By the way, we have here name tags, leather, ink sacs, string, bone, tripwire hooks, lily pads, nautilus shells, our 2 fishing poles. We haven't made any headway over here yet. We will eventually, I promise. Just there's other stuff to work on right now. Like today, look, we have sand lines over there, and that's a lot more open now. So we're going to head over there, and we're going to do some work at the Guardian Temple. Is there any dolphins around? They tend to be kind of fun. You be swimming along like, yeah, we're going at a good little click, and all of a sudden a dolphin will swim by, and you're like, ah, turbo boost! Tell you, something else. They actually kind of are annoying at times. Like last time I went into the Nether, that was fun. By the way, we can surface over here. There's not any dangers over here. But what we're going to do today, as you can see, I've got those 2 areas opened up. I've got all this opened up. So, I figure what we'd do today is kind of all of this area that's within the sand here. So from maybe those arches right there. That's just going to be a pain to get to right now. We'll get those later. I'm going to take this all down, the whole temple that we have out from underwater, down to this level. So we have a flat area we're working on. By the way, last time I went down in here, there was like no guardians. It's cool. But I figure it might be a good idea to get some of this cleared out. Give us a good supply of prismarine blocks. Give us a little start on more building materials. Yes, I have a bed set up here. It's my traveling bed, because I was over here earlier working, getting this ready by clearing out sand. And now I'm going to place some more sand just to be able to build up or get up to areas. Because we're going to start right up here at the tippy top. We need our silk touch on hand too, because it'd be stupid to mine these without silk touch. Now, those pieces right there are not going to be touched. Those corner pieces. Because they are in the corner of watery areas, so we're going to leave them. I'm taking this one out, though. So, I presume this will be kind of interesting looking, since, like, anything in that area that area, and that area will still be there. But all of this will be gone. Yeah, I think this is going to look weird when we're done, but that's okay. Weird is not a bad thing. Yeah, who knows? It may look cool just, as a temporary thing. We're getting to see kind of slices of a Guardian Temple. Okay. You. I wouldn't give for Vein Miner in a way, but at the same time, Vein Miner is not for precision digging. Now, I've been thinking about this. I would like to get like some kind of Guardian farm over here in this area, because we'll need that to continue getting Prismarine easily. And it'd be good to have for the experience from killing the guys. We're doing on storage. Yeah, we're alright for now. Let's go ahead and start cutting this side out. Now, we're going to get as much of this done as we can on camera today. Just for the fact of something to do. Looks like that might be a fun way down. Fought our death. Now, granted, once we get down here, this side has an entrance to the temple. That once we get to, we'll easily be able to navigate around. Is that the conduit I'm hearing, or is that something else? This sounds really freaking weird. This here. Over here. So touch that. Hey, guys, I have a question for you. What do y'all like better, the sea lanterns or glowstone? See, I mean, I've always been partial to the glowstone. I mean, yeah, it's not as smooth and clean and looking as the sea lanterns. I give that. I definitely can agree with that. But I have always just liked the look of the glowstone. Oh, that wasn't what I meant to do. But, okay, whatever. Let me know y'all's opinions down below. Is it just me that's like, I like that likes the glowstone better? Or are there other people out there? Are you one of them? Hey, I'm not saying the sea lanterns are bad, but they're a bit of a pain. I mean, not even talking about looks wise, I mean, crafting them. Glowstone's so much easier. Now, 4 glowstone dust, easy. These things are just a pain to craft. Big reason for touching them. closer to the entrance. How close? Little hole up there. Oh, there's the answer of how close to the entrance we're getting. That I was talking about. This is a big open door area on the front of the temple. Why anyone would ever want to actually enter in via that thing is beyond me. I'll go down there and get those after we get this dug out. Because, I mean, this entrance always is filled with guardians outside of it. It's a bit of a pain in the butt. Dig, 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 dig. There we go. Alright. Let's see. Not too much room. We don't need anything but some sand on me for that. Is it nighttime? Yes. Let's go sleep. Don't smoke. It's bad for you. And for the record, that's actually not just aimed at the kids. If you are not a smoker, don't start. And no, I'm not saying that because of really any health reasons. I've never had any health problems related to smoking. Knock on wood. But it gets expensive. It's not a cheap habit. And believe me, it's about the only thing I've never been able to quit doing. And I've quit doing a lot of things in my life because I had a good time in my life. Let's see. Should we get this one out next? Might be the better option here. Let's see. That is a horrendous sound. So here. Hey, water. Yay for sand. Alright, cool. Now let's see. Trying to take this out kind of uniformly. This is a lot of work. Hope our pickaxes will hold out for it. Yeah, we know there's a wall here, so. Don't want to fall down any long, deep holes. So let's be careful about this. Yeah, like that would have been a pain to fall in. Now, what is, for those of y'all who are longtime Minecraft players, what has been the best addition to Minecraft in y'all's opinion throughout the history of you playing? And I know I'm just kind of rambling today. There's not really much to talk about while I'm digging this out. I mean, yeah, I want a guardian farm here of some kind. I don't know how to make one. I'll figure it out. But that's not really a great conversation piece, I guess. You know? So, I guess y'all just get me rambling today. Sorry about that. Why did they have to make prismarine so complicated to craft, by the way? And what's the point of that? Yes, I understand. Ooh, they added a new block. Why make it more difficult than it has to be? It's been a very easy block for crafting. You know, why is it the easiest way to get, or the most reliable way to get? Yes, we fell in an area I didn't want to fall in. Okay, there we go. Now, as I was saying, before we fell in a hole. Ooh, that's not where I wanted. That needs to... Somebody was at home screaming at me. Don't cut that line out. If not, you should have been. It's interesting to see what area we have uncovered and what hasn't been. Like, I wouldn't have guessed this area over here hadn't been uncovered by the water yet. Or specifically, this area right here. It's weird, in my opinion, that it hasn't been. Luckily, we have these nice little stair right there. Okay. Here's something I wonder. I always wonder this, so I'm going to go ahead and ask. For those of y'all who watch my videos, how did y'all find my channel? You know, was it just a random video on YouTube? Or was it someone you knew? You know, like, I've never understood how people find my channel. And understand, I'm not complaining. I'm grateful for every one of you that have found your way to this mediocre little channel we have here. Yes, I'm saying I make mediocre videos. I'm okay with that. I will never be a big name YouTuber making thousands of dollars at this, able to do it for a living. That's just not in the cards for me. I'm okay with this. Would I like to have the channel take off? Yeah, that'd be great. Everyone who makes YouTube videos, yeah, would love for that to be the case. Ow, we fell. But, yeah, I'm realistic enough to know that that is just not something that's going to happen for me. Now, my skill at making videos is not that high. fell again. Thank you, feather falling, for us not being dead. Alright. I don't think I'm getting down on the channel by saying these things. It's the truth, man. It's the truth, guys. That being said, yeah, I don't see me quitting the making of videos anytime soon. Just because I enjoy it. Even at times when I may seem like I'm tired or frustrated, usually it's something outside of YouTube that's causing it. Except for when it's like YouTube redoing the algorithm, then no, that's completely YouTube. But it's more business end of YouTube, not video end of making end. That is some weird sounds. Please, someone who spends more time around Guardian Temples than I have, is this normal sounds of the Guardian Temple? Is it my conduit? What's up? Is it the conduit killing things? Because I know tier 3 conduits, I don't know if lower tier ones do it, but I know the tier 3 one does damage to stuff. Still got a good amount of space. Cool. Can't believe we already got this part almost dug out. Let's cut this line out real quick. I do apologize for the probably boring video, but come on, this is Minecraft. If you don't expect something like this at some point, then you really don't know Minecraft gameplay. Okay, big old chunk right there we gotta dig out. This will give us good building materials for a while. Let's go empty our inventory out and head up top and see what's next. Had to dry out 3 sponges today in there because the center top thing where I had sand filling it up, there were actually areas that still had water in them. So that was interesting. Now we got that cut out. We got that cut out. So Ow, not what I meant to cut. Let's get this section cut out. Now I'll probably get this section cut out all the way down to the floor and then call it an episode there, because this is rather boring for y'all. But hey, it is what it is. Help if I quit hitting the wrong areas. Probably not going to happen anytime soon, because I suck at this game sometimes. And I'm not as bad as some people I've seen. Like, as much as I love watching Mumbo Jumbo, he can be a bit of a... what's a nice way to put it? Forgetful about the way the game works sometimes. Granted, he's wonderful with Redstone. The man knows more about Redstone than I probably ever have. Heck, he's probably forgot more about it than I've ever known. And there was a time when that's all I did was get on and play with Redstone. I think I drove poor Lilith crazy during those times. She held her hand up and went. So, yeah. I used to drive the poor woman crazy. But, in my defense, I had a horrible job. Where I worked in a call center at that time. Like,
worst jobs now.
She just said something back in here.
We have worse jobs now.
Yeah, she says we have worse jobs now. And yes, in some ways. But, let me give y'all an idea. Y'all know I do janitorial work. In my job, I occasionally have to deal with people, but not very often. I don't have to talk to many people. The call center, my whole job was talk to people. First department I worked in was collections for cell phones, and oh my gosh. Yeah, being the person that gets the phone call of, hey, why is my cell phone cut off? And having to explain, well, it's because you didn't pay your bill. Not a fun job. Especially when, you couldn't... There were things you couldn't say. And you couldn't, like, no matter how much a person made you mad, you had to keep the call civil. But, that being said... the company I worked for at the time's policy was if the person calling couldn't keep their end of the call civil, you warn them 3 times. Hey, there's a sponge there. You warn them 3 times and then hung up on the 3rd time, which was nice. And if you spent any time in that job, you learned real quick how to piss people off. To the point that they would either cuss you out and ignore your warnings to keep the call civil, or you would piss them off so much they hung up. Because, and I know this sounds mean, me saying all that, but the truth of the matter is I got paid very little. And the only way to get like a bonus on your paycheck was to take so many calls within a certain amount of time and make so much money. And the way they figured it out, it was literally even if you took 10 calls and only one person paid, if those calls were shorter, were under a certain length of time, you could have a person call 10 calls, one person paid $10. But all the calls were so short, the math equation they used made it where you could have that equal out to more money than if you had one call that lasted an hour or two. And don't laugh, you can end up on a call like that for an hour or two, and the person paid you $200. The $10 could actually count with the math the company used to be more. So you wanted all of your calls quick. So you had to learn how to piss people off. And I was good at that. The second department I was in, which, oh, by the way, we also got a horse and diamond horse armor. Okay on hearts. I think he's still in the lead. It looks like he is. Cool. But the second one I worked in was customer service for some banks. 3 different banks that were actually all owned by the same guy who owned the call center. Yeah. The call center also handled collections for any accounts for that bank that went deviant. That was fun. We weren't allowed to let them know what company we were, because they knew the call center as the call center and the bank is a completely different entity when they were one and the same. So, yeah, depending on who you have as a bank, if you ever have an account go delinquent, there's a good chance the bank might own the people calling to collect, even if they say that they don't. But that job was horrible. Customer service for banks was horrible. I having to piss people off and get them to pay you money in the cell phone part was so much better than the customer service for banks, because trying to help people figure out where they spent their money at or why their account's overdrafted, yeah, money, not fun. Getting them to make a payment, yeah, it wasn't great, but compared to the other, really, pay me money or go away was better than let's find where your money went to. Because 9 out of 10 times, where your money went to was you spending on something that you forgot about. Yeah, that's the truth of that matter. But I do want to thank y'all for listening to me ramble on a bit. If you liked what you saw and heard here, go ahead and hit that like button down below. If you're new to the channel, my videos usually aren't so weird on rambling. So hit the subscribe and notification bell if you want to. Comment down below. I love hearing from you guys. I will always try my best to comment back. But I do want to thank you all for watching. And I'll see y'all in the next video.